Hello everyone, welcome back, welcome back. You're in the right place. You're watching the right video. You're using your time wisely right now. So thank you for coming to CAM-ASEAN to learn about some English. We have a special video series, online, and it's free for you. It's to get kind of a better understanding of our language skills. So maybe small details that maybe we think we know, but we could know a little better if we looked a little closer at it. So we looked at a different video with my bow tie and my white shirt. We looked at present tense. We looked at present perfect. So you can look for that other video, okay? Look for the bow tie. You'll see a great lesson about present perfect tense and the three situations where we use present perfect tense. You also find out what present perfect tense looks like. And it has a have verb, and it has a past participle verb. So that's present perfect tense. Please look for that video and my bow tie and brush up on those skills. But we're going to continue. There are many more tenses to go. We're going to look at one more tense. We're going to look at present continuous tense. And it's a little different. It's a little different. Are you okay? Get comfortable, because we're going to be here for about 20 minutes, all right? Get your paper out. Get your pen out. Let's be a student, right? Are you okay? Are you ready to go? I think so. I think you are. Present continuous. First, we need to know what it looks like. What does present continuous tense, what does it look like on the page? There's a big hint. There's a big signal. It's like beep, boop, beep, boop. Alarm, alarm, ing. Let me make this a little bigger so we can see this here. Present continuous looks like this. There's a subject. There's a subject. There's a to be verb. There's a to be verb. And there's a present participle. Present participle form of the main verb. What is a present participle form? I don't mean to scare you. That's not why we're here. The present participle form of the main verb, we can change it to that form by adding ing. That's our alarm. That's our signal. If we see ing in a verb, we know it's continuous. We know it's continuous. That's our signal. That's the secret. That's the secret for continuous forms of tenses. So let's look at this picture here. We have a subject. We have a to be verb in present simple tense, right? This is present continuous. There is past continuous, and we would use a past tense of to be. Was, were. But in present continuous, we use a present simple form of the to be verb. Am, are, is. And you guys, again, what does present continuous look like? Well, ing. That's our signal. That's our signal. Playing. He is playing. Great. Every every sentence needs a subject and a verb. We got it. He is playing. Present continuous. All right, so that's what it looks like. That's what present continuous looks like. When do we use it? There are certain situations that we use present continuous. Just like in that other awesome video about present perfect, there were 3 situations for present perfect. 3 main ones. There's also 3 main situations for present continuous. Let's look at those. Give you guys a minute. You guys can take a screenshot if you'd like. Even take out your phone and take a photo of your screen. Or if you're watching on your phone, take a screenshot. Ta-da! Okay, let's get on. So we have present continuous in 3 different situations. The present continuous is used to talk about temporary actions. Temporary actions. Temporary actions or situations that are going on at around the time of speaking. Like, they're going on now. So they're temporary actions and situations. A temporary action or a temporary situation, and it's going on, like that action or situation, like it's going on at the time that you're talking or writing about it. Okay, that's number 1. A temporary action or situation that is going on at the time of speaking. Present continuous is used also to talk about developing and changing situations. So let's see, we have a temporary situation, and it's still going on now. Okay. Then we have a developing and changing situation. That's number 2. All right. Are you guys okay? Like, you guys are writing some notes, I hope. You know, we can learn by looking. You can learn by looking at me. You can learn by listening to me. It's true. You can learn by looking and listening. But we kind of remember more and we remember longer if we also do something. So writing is a nice way to remember things longer. All right, temporary actions and situations, developing and changing situations. And then we have our last one here. The present continuous is used for future events which are planned. It's used for future events which are planned. And we'll look at some of those examples. We will look at that. So, the first situation. So, I think we know what present continuous looks like. That main verb has an ing. That's the signal. We have a subject, we have a to be verb, and we have a present participle form of the main verb. Present participle, remember, you just add ing. Just add ing there. Richard is not in Singapore now. He is working in London at the moment. It's a temporary situation. Maybe Richard was in Singapore. Or maybe he usually is. Maybe Richard is usually in Singapore. That's normal. But he is temporarily working in London. It's a temporary situation. He'll probably go back to Singapore, hang out with his friends. So here's an example. We have subject, he. We have the to be verb in present simple, is. And we have a present participle of work, which is working. Add the ing in there. Now we know. We know what it looks like. Subject, verb, present participle. Let's do it again here. We got into town yesterday. We are staying in a very comfortable hostel. It's a temporary situation. Temporary situation. They're staying in a hostel temporarily. Sounds like they're traveling. Got into town yesterday. They didn't move into a comfortable hostel. They're just staying there temporarily. So that's what it looks like. Here's our subject, we. Here's our to be verb, are. And here's our present participle of stay, which is staying. I think we're getting it. I think you're getting it. Awesome. Second situation. So, first situation was temporary action or a temporary situation. A temporary action or a temporary situation. Number 2. The present continuous is used to talk about developing and changing situations. See, so the first one was temporary situations or temporary actions. The next one is developing or changing situations. If something is developing, it means it's happening kind of like right now. Maybe we can look at an example there. If something is developing, like the situation is changing. The situation is getting worse, it's getting better, it's developing. It's continuing on. Improving, not improving, it's changing. It's a changing situation. So again, we're looking for our subject. We're looking for our to be verb and the present participle of our main verb. Some people believe the climate is getting warmer. It's a developing situation. Our environment, right? Planet Earth, you know? It's a developing situation. The temperature of the air, global warming, it's changing. Things are changing. Getting hotter, getting colder. So we say it's getting warmer. It's a changing situation. I am trying to contact Monica on the phone. I am trying to contact Monica on the phone. What can we conclude? What can we think about if we're using the present continuous right here? If we're using the present continuous form, what does that say for the time reference? I am trying to contact Monica on the phone. It means it's still going on. It's still happening. Like you are now, currently, trying to contact Monica on the phone. Maybe we already saw my bow tie and the other video in the present perfect video. And I wonder what it would mean if we changed this to present perfect. I have tried to contact Monica on the phone. I wonder if we can write that in here. I wonder if we can do it. Yes, we can. Now I'm really testing your English skills if you can read this. I have tried. How is your English ability? Oh. All right, we're going to go with that. Okay, Monic, that's fine. So here we have something that is present. Let's see, what is this? Present perfect. Present perfect. It happened in the past, and maybe it's still going on now. But these are two different sentences with kind of two different meanings. Well, two different time references. Isn't that what tense is about? Reference of time, past, present, future. If we're just talking about present tenses now, these have a little bit different emphasis on the time reference. So what are you trying to say? is this something happening now? Or is it something that happened in the past and is important until now? Okay. What was the first situation? What was the first situation for present continuous? Temporary actions or situations. Temporary actions or situations. Temporary actions and situations. Number 2, developing and changing situations. I'm trying to contact Monica on the phone. Okay. There is a third situation. Oh boy. Oh boy. There is a third situation, guys. We know what present continuous looks like because we have a subject, a to be verb that's present simple tense, and present participle. We know what it looks like. We know what continuous looks like. It has an ing on there. There we go, an ing here. This is the main ingredient right here. This is the secret ingredient to continuous tense. It's the ing. We can see a continuous tense from a mile away or a kilometer away over here. The third situation for present continuous. The present continuous is used for future events which are planned. Say that again. The present continuous is used for future events which are planned. Okay. Okay. Think you got it? The present continuous is used for future events that are planned. Okay. So we still have our formula here. That's okay still. Which countries are we visiting on our tour to Europe? Future events. They haven't traveled to Europe yet. It's a future event. But they're planning to. They're planning to visit countries in Europe. Something in the future that's planned. Let's look at another example. I am coming home late tonight. That's in the future. I am coming home late tonight. Maybe it's the morning right now. Like maybe it's the afternoon right now. I am coming home late tonight because I have an evening appointment. In the future, and you're planning on it. In the future, and it's planned. How are we doing? All right? Are you doing okay? So we have those three situations. Maybe before we talk about it, maybe ask yourself right now, what are the three situations? Quiz yourself, you guys. This is a great way to learn. Question yourself. Question your own understanding. Here's number 3. You got number 3. What's situation 1? What's situation 2? Ready? Okay, I will pause the video and you guys can think about it. I'll pause the video. Enough. All right, enough time. I hope we got all 3 of them. I hope we got all 3 of these, you guys. The first one, it's a temporary situation, or it's a temporary action. We use present continuous to reference time in our sentence about a temporary action or situation. We also use present tense to talk about a changing situation. It is raining. It is raining outside. Is our to be. It is raining outside. Here's our to be right here. It is raining. Actually, let's put this on. Let's put this on the other. Let's put this on the other one here. The other slide. Bingo. So if I were to write this, if I were to write that, I think you guys can see that okay. I hope you can. It is raining. What tense is this? What tense do we see here? What's our signal? Like, what's our signal for this sentence? What tells us what tense this is? In this case, it's the ing. The ing is our signal. So we know it's present continuous. Okay. Which situation, I wonder, would this go into? It is raining. It might go in situation B here, where it's changing. It's a changing situation. It's going to rain for a short time, and then it will stop. We can also think about it as a temporary situation. Rain stops and rain starts. Rain is temporary. All right. Very good. So we have present perfect. We had that from last time. We also have present continuous. Now we're wrapping up. Hang in there, guys. Hang in there. You almost got it. What does it look like? Here's what it looks like. We have a subject. Our subject, then we have a verb. Our verb needs to match our subject, if it's plural or singular, right? Then we have our main verb. It's in the present participle. Present participle means ing. That's what we need to know. So let's check our understanding here. See if you can do it. See if you can do it. Maybe we need to zoom in a bit. I blank of selling my cell phone. I blank of selling my cell phone. We're checking your understanding for present continuous. First of all, what does present continuous look like? We have a subject. What else do we need? We need a to be verb. In this case, it's am. We also need present participle. What makes it present participle? You already know. You already know. It's the ing. I am thinking of selling my cell phone. I am thinking of selling my cell phone. I wonder which one. We had three situations, right? We had three situations for this tense. I wonder if this one fits those three situations. Let's see, temporary action or situation. Temporary. Temporary situation or temporary action. I am thinking of selling my phone. Is that a temporary action? Thinking about it? Is it a developing or changing situation? Is it a future event that's planned? That fits in there. Ho, am thinking. Hey, I am thinking of selling my cell phone. So maybe you're temporarily thinking about it. Like you don't always think about it, right? I always think about Oreos. So I can't use present continuous when I talk about Oreos, because I'm always thinking about them. But in this case, I can use present continuous because I temporarily think about my cell phone. I temporarily think about selling my cell phone. So I'm using present continuous. Let's try another one. The police talks to several citizens about the robbery. Or the police are talking to several citizens about the robbery. Well, you guys are awesome, and you know what present continuous looks like. You know what it looks like. Subject, to be, present participle. Subject, to be, ing. Or actually, it'd be the opposite. Subject, to be, ing. Right. So we can look at this. We see the subject right here. Check it out. It's the police. Here's our subject. Are talking. The police are talking right there to several citizens about the robbery. We know because it looks like what we are looking for. We're looking for a subject. We're looking for a to-be verb. We're looking for a ing verb. ing verb. It's the same thing as present participle. We're looking for those. And we found it right here. That's nice. Please do look for my bow tie in that other video for present perfect tense. It'll all make sense. It'll make a little more sense, I hope. But we use different tenses to emphasize or reference certain times, time contexts. And there are three main situations when we use present perfect. There are three main situations for using present continuous. What are the three main situations for present continuous? What are they? Temporary action. Yeah, temporary action. Developing situation. Yeah, it's a developing or changing situation. Future events that are planned. Yes, and you got it. Number 3, it's for future events that are planned. If we get our tenses right, we can be more accurate with our writing. If we're more accurate with our writing, we can be more effective in our writing. Then we can just write something once and send it away. Not all this back and forth and questions and everything. If we get our tenses right, our time references right, it's effective. We just have to send one message one time. And our audience or our reader doesn't have to ask questions to understand and to make sure that they're clear. There's a lot going on right here, you guys. There's a lot going on now. There's a lot going on in the present tense. Did it just happen? Did it happen in the past? Did it recently happen here? Did it start in the past, but it's still going now? Or is it a changing situation? Like it's happening now, but things are changing. There's a lot going on now. And we have different present tenses to emphasize or to reference that time. Thank you so much for coming. And thank you so much for staying. And thank you so much for telling your friends about CAM-ASEAN. We'll see you on the next video. Look for my bow tie.